Hello everyone, and welcome to Beds on Fire. I'm your host Seki, and I'm once again ready to present you with another 100% video. Welcome to my Dredge 100% video. This is my first 100% on this channel, actually. Weirdly enough. Anyways, I hope there will be more. Now, I have 100%ed a few games in the past. They can be summed up on this list here. Despite finishing all these games, I only have footage for 3 of them. Oh hey, what's this? Fuck! Okay, 2 of them, being BeamNG and Dredge. Since I have the footage, I thought I might as well make a video, and for the rest of the games I finished, well, I'll figure something out for those. Okay, so this Dredge footage is old, per se. I finished this game back in March, and never made a video about it because I was busy with other projects at the time, I think. I didn't even talk over my recording either, or I tried, but the game volume was way too loud and you could barely hear me. I didn't know what I was doing. Now is the time to get rid of this footage, and I don't want to replay the game for a video, so I'm going to try my best to do a recap of my progress despite barely remembering much of the exact details. Now, Dredge is a cozy and scary Lovecraftian horror game with very good storytelling, both through its characters and atmosphere. If you want an intro into cozy video games, or even fishing games, this is actually a really good choice. Barely any horror. Trust me. Now, when going through these achievements, I will try to be as vague as possible. I'm just trying to explain how I got the achievements, not the story or any little things in between the game either, so that you can go and enjoy that yourself. For Dredge, we have 60 achievements. Now, based on the Steam Global Achievement list, they are unlocked in this order. Introductions, The Key, Careless Harvesting, Lives for Profit, Hull Improved, Perfect Packing, The Secret, Lifted from the Deep, Hull Refined, From the Fog, Dimensional Bypass, No Time to Linger, The Bond, Swift Reaper, Feeling Unprepared, The Chains, Hull Advance. Okay. This is going to take a while. There's 60 achievements. I'm not going to go through all of them for this list. I'm going to say their titles anyway when I get to them, so let's just move on. Alright, so all these achievements were unlocked by yours truly, kind of in this order. What we're going to do is go through our footage and essentially pinpoint the places we unlocked the achievements, how we did it, and if I can find any difficulties. Now we face those difficulties. I think it's best to do this by date, since the dates I unlocked the achievements correspond to the dates I recorded too. Let's begin. So, we first started this game on March 15th and unlocked 2 achievements that day. Introductions and Perfect Packing. Now, Introductions, while I can't pinpoint the exact moment I unlocked it, I know it was somewhere in the beginning. You practically get this achievement after doing a small tutorial, where you meet the mayor, learn to fish, learn about the super hot time mechanic, learn about organization in our inventory, learn about the amnesia, darkness, and sanity mechanics, learn about the pursuit system, the encyclopedia, night fishing, the fishmonger, the shipwright, and lastly, what our first quest is, paying off our new boat debt. So introduction achievement, unlocked. Our next unlock was Perfect Parking, which we get by organizing our newly acquired cargo so that there are no empty spaces. Boom. Now on our next gaming session, which was March 16th, we could focus on unlocking 2 more achievements. The first one being The Key. We first get this questline by meeting this mysterious man and being entrusted with collecting certain items in each biome. The first being, well, a key, which is collected in the biome we're in, the Marrows. So we dredge the key up and return it to our new friend, which gives us a cool ability called Haste. We got our next achievement, Feeling Prepared, by installing equipment into every available slot of our ship. This is easier earlier since you have less slots. So we have a net, 2 fishing rods, and 2 engines. Cool. Now our next playtime was March 19th, and that included unlocking 9 achievements. We got Cruel Heat, The Secret, Lives for Profit, Hull Improved, Careless Harvesting, Dimensional Bypass, The Bond, The Chains, and Researcher Rods. Cruel Haste is unlocked by using our haste ability without letting it burn out or damage our ship, so keeping it above 50% for 10 seconds. Then we unlock The Secret by returning the second item we were sent out to fetch, a music box. So we collect that in a biome called the Gale Cliffs and return it to our friend, unlocking the achievement and an ability called Manifest. For Lives for Profit, well, we sell $2,500 worth of fish, which we actually do at the same time as unlocking our second tier hull here, which unlocks Hull Improved. Now next up we have Careless Harvesting. This just means we have to fully deplete a fishing spot until there is no fish left. And all in one go we unlock 2 more achievements. One by using our Manifest ability, and another for entrusting a third item which we collected in a biome called the Stellar Basin. This item is a mysterious ring. This also unlocks the Banish ability too. Next up is the Chains achievement, which requires us to obtain a necklace. Now this one took a while, but it essentially brings us to a new biome called Twisted Strand. And by meeting a new character there and following a questline, we get this necklace given to us. which we gave to the mysterious figure for another ability called Atrophy. We then finished the day off by researching every single rod available to us. Now this brings us to March 21st, where we unlocked Hull Refined, Cash for Gold, Swift Reaper, The Moment, Unshackled, Sated, From the Fog, No Time to Linger, and Lifted from the Deep. So we first unlocked our third hull tier after finding the required items and purchasing it. Then we sold all our collected trinkets to this fella here and got the Cash for Gold achievement, which just entails selling over $1,500 total in trinkets. Then we got the achievement Swift Reaper, which has a secure 200% fishing speed with these items right here. This actually nets us 468% actually, wow. Now we complete a quest in a biome called Devil's Spine, which gives us this spooky pocket watch. Handing this over to the mysterious man essentially finishes the main storyline and allows us to access the endgame. Following one ending of the game gives us the Unshackled achievement, which I won't be showing. Right after, we unlock the second ending of the game by talking to this lighthouse keeper, which unlocks the achievement Throwback. Now with the main game done, we sought out to get the rest of the achievements. By using our foghorn in the spooky darkness and hearing an echo, we unlock From the Fog. Next up is getting our boat speed past 75 knots. I think that's the metric for boat speeds. And this unlocks No Time to Linger. And right after that, we catch our 250th fish. With that, March 21st ended, and then began March 22nd, and more achievements to unlock. We unlocked Unsustainable Fishing, Researcher Engines, Hull Advanced, and Light Up the Night. For Unsustainable Fishing, all we have to do is use our Atrophy ability to completely wipe out nearby fishing spots. Then we used our research parts to finally research all the engines and unlock Researcher Engines. And after dredging a little, we got the equipment and the money to upgrade to our next hull and unlock Hull Advance. And finally, we could afford better lighting to bring our lumens to 3000 so we could unlock Light Up the Night. We took a week-long break from this game and decided to pick it up on March 28th to unlock some more main game achievements. These are Trapped by These Walls, Researcher Pots, Researcher Nets, Unwanted, Banisher, Mixed Results, Prey Sighted, Servant of the Shrines, Providence, and Safe Havens. Now, Trapped by These Walls was a fairly long one. We had to catch 100 crabs and crab pots. So what we did was we just farmed the starting area with as many crab pots as possible and rested at the dock until they filled up, giving us our achievement. Now, while trying to collect all the crabs for a later achievement, we farmed Stellar Basin and collected enough research parts to unlock Researcher Pots. And we did the same thing for our next achievement. We farmed crabs in Twisted Strand and got enough research parts to then research all the nets, unlocking Researcher Nets. That's a lot of researching. Now for the more tedious one. For Unwanted, all we had to do was discard 25 fish. Then for our Banisher achievement, we have to use our Banish ability to ward off 10 threats, so we farmed a spooky fish near the beginning of the game.
There we go, Banish 10 threats.
Next was Mixed Results, which required us to use bait within a small vicinity to attract 3 different species of fish. Bait is really useful, guys. I recommend you use it in your playthrough. Next up was Prey Sighted. Kinda tedious, but it required us to spot every single fish type with our spyglass, which we collected after spotting the last type we needed, Mangrove. Now this was just trial and error. We literally had to go to every single biome to spot the fish, and then if we didn't get the achievement, well, we'd already spotted it.
Mangrove. Right away, we can't spot crab pot. No, we cannot. That was all that was left to do.
Then we had Servant of the Shrines. So this was a really fun and rewarding quest. I won't show the details of it, but by accessing this type of shrine, we unlocked a unique type of fishing equipment, which unlocked our next achievement. The next achievement was Providence. Now this one was a build-up because it requires us to finish every single quest on our board here, with our last quest being the tiny endeavors all these hooded figures sent us on. There was a figure in blue, yellow, red, and purple, and by completing their task, you get books to read. Now you read these while you fish to learn new things. However, talking to this purple hooded figure and obtaining his book was the last thing we needed to do, unlocking Providence. The next achievement was Safe Havens, which required us to go to every single dock in the game. And I genuinely thought I would have to backtrack to every single dock in the game again. But while making sure I cleared out the Twisted Strand docks, I unlocked it. Seems like the final dock I required was here.
Okay, so this is all the camp. This is all the docks here at this twisted place. Oh.
Anyways, next up is, wow, a whole month break. So after March 28th, the next time we played was April 24th. And man, we took it seriously because from April 24th to 25th, we finished the whole game. Anyways, let's get to business. So on April 24th, we unlock Tangled in this web, Master Angler, Aberration Attractor, From the Depths, Feeding Time, Icebreaker, Under the Ice, Fresh Fish, Frozen Favors, Polar Angler, Cold Corruptions, Missing Shipment, Remedial Apparatus, and Shadow Splashes. Quite a bit. So for Tangled in this web, we just had to collect a total of 150 fish using the troll nets. So a lot of sailing around until we unlocked it in Stellar Basin while trying to collect a rare jellyfish for another achievement. Next up was Master Angler, which meant collecting every single regular fish in the main game. This was so much fun, and we accomplished this by catching a fish called Viperfish using Atrophy. Atrophy is really helpful, since it guarantees fish catches, both regular and aberrations. Next up was the aberrations, so we unlocked Aberration Attractor by collecting every single aberration, right after collecting this little fella, the skeletal moonfish.
Sure, we have it. Perfect. Atrophy. Let's fucking go catch.
This also unlocked From the Depths, as that was our last main game achievement to unlock. With this done, we could move on to the DLCs. Now, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, but I don't like games that make achievements within the DLCs, so that if you want to 100% the game, you have to spend the money. I hate it, really. The only reason I was okay with it here is because this game is really good, and I was actually looking forward to playing the DLCs. They actually offer something, okay? But just imagine something like Payday 2. Like, what the fuck do we do in this case, bro? Anyways, time for the ice bombs, okay? The first achievement we unlocked in this DLC is called Feeding Time, which we get after feeding a Lovecraftian narwhal. Sick, right? Next up was collecting a required item for DLC progression, the Icebreaker, hence the name of the achievement. How we collected the pieces? Well, I'll let you figure that one out, okay? But here we go, Icebreaker acquired. This was followed up with Under the Ice, which means just completing the main quest for the DLC. Took about an hour. It was really fun though. I would 100% recommend this DLC. Next up is Fresh Fish. This just requires to have 5 ice blocks in our cargo. These ice blocks essentially help preserve fish so they don't rot. So this would be a good thing to do before you actually play the rest of the main game, you know what I mean? Do the DLCs first, then actually enjoy the rewards that help you do the main game a lot quicker, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable. Because I was essentially doing the DLCs at the end of the game, and I was getting all these cool things that I was never going to use again. Now the next achievement was a bit of RNG, as it required us to catch a rare fish in this biome using the trawl net, the colossal squid.
Yo.
By collecting the squid, we unlock the achievement From the Black Depths. With that out of the way, all we have left in this area are the side quests and fish to collect. After completing all the side quests here, which we did after talking to the figure in white for his last task, we then collected all the fish. Now, this was fairly easy, okay? And we completed that after having the privilege of catching a unique fish here in this biome, the sleeper shark. All that's left here in Pale Reach is the Aberrations, which was completed after collecting the Aberration version of the colossal squid. Pure RNG. Great.
Wow. Wow. Right there. It freezes right there. See, because I alt-tabbed.
With that, Pale Reach DLC is done, and we can move on to the Oil Rig DLC. We unlock some of these achievements on the same day. We started with Missing Shipment, which requires us to collect and deliver a missing shipment to a new set of researchers here. After delivering that equipment and getting introduced to the questline here, we get acquainted with a new set of gear, called the Siphon Trawler. Equipping this on our ship unlocks Remedial Apparatus. It took a while to get here, but it was very important for the rest of the questline. We follow this up with Shadow Splashes. So, whenever you're in the dark oopie goopie in this DLC, which are technically oil spills, there's a small chance some of it will actually jump onto your vessel and take up an inventory slot. Having 5 of these unlocks this achievement. Now what the Siphon Trawler actually does is it helps you clean up these oil spills and turn them into dark canisters, which you give to researchers above the oil rig. Collecting a total of 10 of these means you've cleaned up a couple oil spills, and it also means you can unlock the Dark Custodian achievement. Oh yeah, so with the last achievement, Shadow Splashes, we actually called it a day and continued playing Dredge on April 25th for the last time, ever. On April 25th, we collected the final achievements: Dark Custodian, Enhanced Abilities, Rig Architect, the Iron Ruin, the Gleaming Goliath, Hull Industrial, Exotic Exemplar, Primordial Deviations, and Ancient Angler. After not having to worry about these dark canisters anymore, we can move on to the next achievement called Enhanced Abilities, which has us upgrade 3 abilities at the oil rig. We enhance our lighting, spyglass, and foghorn here at the tech lab, unlocking the achievement. Now with that out of the way, we have to finish building and upgrading the oil rig. Now at the end of the game, this just seems quite tedious, but genuinely, this would have been better to do earlier in the game because of all the upgrades this oil rig has to offer. Nonetheless, collecting lost shipments and more dredge lets us complete the oil rig. After building the final upgrade for the oil rig, the Tier 2 Foundry, we unlock Rig Architect. If we continue the questline here, we practically get to the end of the DLC and unlock the Iron Ruin. Now this is unlocked after watching the DLC's ending cutscene, so I won't show you that, because you have to do this for yourself. But yeah, we get this achievement here. After finishing the DLC, we're only left with more little collection tasks. We unlock the Gleaming Goliath by evading a monster you encounter within the oil spills if you get too crazy. With that little encounter out of the way, we can collect more lost shipments and rack up a hefty bill to be able to unlock the final whole tier of the game and make our ship look so Lovecraftian and industrial. With this last DLC done and a new ship, all we have left, fellas, is to collect all the remaining fish in the game that are included with this DLC. So let's get to it. Our third last achievement is called Exotic Exemplar, which requires us to use exotic bait to catch a corrupted version of one of the 5 rare biome fish. In this case, we went to Twisted Strand and collected this fella here. This was the last one we had to collect, so it unlocked our achievement for us. I won't disclose the locations of the rest of them because that's on you. Now, after spending about 2 hours playing around with the exotic bait and atrophy again, we collect every single fish and aberration in the Iron Rig DLC. This, however, doesn't unlock the final 2 achievements. After finishing the encyclopedia, you unlock a page with a mysterious fish that doesn't tell you how, where, or when to collect it. This unknown fish is what is between me and the final achievements. Once it's collected, which I will try my best to conceal where it's collected, you unlock this fish. And with that, collect the final 2 achievements related to the DLC: Primordial, Deviations, and Ancient Angler. Every single quest, every single aberration, every single upgrade, and every single fish, right? Anyways, this is my Dredge 100% from March and April of 2025. This is a very, very good game. If you're looking to get invested into a surface level story, have fun exploring and discovering things, and also if you need to scratch that collecting itch, please give this a shot. This game goes on sale very, very often. Anyways, now that is all. Thank you for your interest, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.